Okay, so good morning and good evening, everybody, and welcome back in the class after the weekend. Today we are on the day number 31. Okay, approximately 15 days more syllabus has been left now. So almost half has been done. Half is almost 30, 70, 80% has been done and 20% has been left now. Okay, so today we are going to pick up a topic on the client script. Okay, this part. Even though this is a very big topic, but as per our agenda, as per my curriculum, I'm not going to be go in very deep in these particular topics. We're going to be discuss only mainly two things: UI policies and the client scripts. So let me start with the UI policy because that is the little important and the good thing which we can learn easily. Okay, then I'll come to the client scripts here. The UI policy, or I can say the client side scripts. If you see the headings here, this one, client side, these are the logics which run in front of the user on the form level. Like if someone doing or if someone insulting you in front of you, that is a client script. Okay, so that you can hear it, you can feel it. You wait till the time that person complete his words and insult you completely. If you want, you can abort the action in between. But if you don't want, or maybe forcefully, you have to be listen it. Like our parents teach us a lot of things. They scold us sometime and we cannot do anything. That is a client script. In ServiceNow, the client scripts basically do three major work. And these are the basic definition. Sorry, not client script, UI policies. Now, in the client scripts, I have a two part. One is a client side script and one is a UI policy. Okay. One is the client script and one is a UI policy. So today we are going to be discussing about the UI policy. User interface policy. Okay. Priya, take today's homework. What is the difference between UI versus data policy? Read about this topic. This is a question has been asked in the interview. What is UI policy? What is data policy? Okay. So UI policy says if you want to do three actions on the form level. Number one, to make any field mandatory. This is number one work you can do. To make anything, any field, not anything, any field visible. And number three, you can make any field read only. It means if you want to make any field, either of these three, we have to be use the UI policy. But you have to be remember, the field should be on the form. Don't take the words Atul make any field means anywhere in the table. No. How I can insult someone if he's not in front of me? Right? So I can do only if and only if that person is in front of me. So in the interview, this is very straightforward answer. What do you mean by UI policy? So UI policy is a policy which run on the client side and basically and used for three purposes: making any field mandatory, making field visible, and making field read only and only when the field is available on the form level. If it is in the table but not on the, you're not showing on the form, you cannot make mandatory, you cannot visible, you cannot read only. Now, if some condition matches, then this should be run. So let's come to the system and to understand. Let's say I'm opening the uh, let me open this. I want on the change form, category should be mandatory when my change in the new state. It is very easy to do. So now let's say I want, like I said, I cannot ask the question if once the class is over. I can ask the question only and only to those guys who are available in the class and who are listening to me. That is a UI policy. I can ask question, I can reply answers, and I can ask for the updates. So now let's go here and build a UI policy. So now if I go back here and let me click on the new. Okay, and let me click on this one. Now you see the state is new. Category is not mandatory. Let's make it mandatory via UI policies. And it is not like that key that only developer should know. No, a consultant should know these things. You should know that how to make these fields mandatory. And this is part of very admin things. So now I'll click on the new. It says number one, UI policy change the field based on the set of conditions. It is not like that every time it will run. No, when you put some condition only then it will run. And it work on the table. It means on a single table, you can create multiple UI policies. Okay, how this thing work actually, how the UI policy work. Number one, UI policy should be active about this. Number two, the condition should be true. If condition match, only then. And number three, what you want to do when the UI policy condition met. Let's say I am going here on the change request table. Okay, this is a table name, right? Okay. Now I said making. Now name should be something meaningful. Make category mandatory. Okay. Now let me save this. I'm doing nothing. I'm just created this part. Now let's go and reload this page. Let's see. It is not mandatory. Why? Because I did not define that when the UI policy run, what action should be happen. These three are the actions. Mandatory, visible, read-only are the three actions. Now I'll go here. I say run this UI policy when the state is new. Okay, chalo. Save. Let's go one by one. It is very easy topic and I want to be close it today. Nothing much to be worried on that part. Still not mandatory. Why? You say when the state is new, but what to do? I said I will ask the question, but when? Or I say, guys, when the class has been started, okay, what? Then I will ask the question. That is the action I am doing it. So now let's go here and create a one action. We will discuss this 4 sections after that so that you can understand. Go here, click on the UI action. That when this run, then you have to take some action. As I told, it work on the field level. Remember the concepts of the transform map, table level mapping and the field level mapping. We've done the table level mapping. Now we have to do the field level mapping. Why it's not working here? Come on. Is someone make any changes in this part? What rubbish. Let me do this thing. Now try. Okay. Okay, it has been failed. My goodness. Multiple people the same order, this to be run duplicate. No problem. Let's try this thing. Let's try our part. Okay. Not sure guys that why it is not working from this part, but don't worry. If you want, you can do the practice at your instance as well. Otherwise, I have to be reset, which I don't want to do now. Okay, what it's saying? Field mandatory. Yes, I want to make a field mandatory. What field you want to make it mandatory? Come here and search for the field. I want to make a category. Oh, its view name is also advanced. Come on. In the meantime, can anybody wake up his or her instance and give me the create a user ID for me? Admin part. Let me see. Okay, now it's working good. It's working good. Okay, so here the field name I put. Which field I want to make it mandatory? I want to make it mandatory as a category. Select from here. What do you want to do? You want to make it mandatory, visible, or read only? Only these three actions we say, right? See here. Anything you can do it. Now, let's say, see the logic which service now run. If I am making this field mandatory, can I make this field as a read only? Answer yes or no.
No.
Can I make this? Okay, if I make this field as a visible, sorry, as a read only, can I make it as a visible?
No.
Why not?
We can, I guess. Visible as in it will show what category it is. It will not be able to select, right?
It will show on the form level. We're not talking about any value. We're talking about the field only.
No.
Try these things. So let me do one thing. Let's make mandatory true. As of now, let's go one by one and submit. Okay. Now let's go here and reload this page. See, it become mandatory because like this. Let the assignment group. It is easy to be identified. Okay. Instead of this na category, because category has a populated value already, so it is tough to be understand. Let's say assignment group. Okay. Oh, come on. Oops. Assignment group is not coming. Let me open that UI policy again. See, it show me in some color. It means it has some significance. We cannot make it, or okay, it is overriding. Let me put description instead of that. See, it is saying you cannot make this assignment group as a mandatory because there is a multiple UAE policy in the same order run on this part. Their run order is not predictable. Mandatory assignment group making mandatory this thing. So we already have a one policy which is running on the assignment group, which says which is conflicting with your UI policy. So I will not run this policy. So let's make a work easy. Let's say description only as of now, so that we can understand. Where is the description domain? This one. There should not be any policy on this as well. Okay, there's no policy. Now let's go and reload this page. Now you can see description become mandatory. Why? Because we created a UI policy on the change request table. Now let's see the functions of the UI policies. There are the four parameters of the UI policies which we need to be discussed now. And those parameters are these one. Okay, let's say if I'm here and I'm putting some detail here like, okay, and I'm clicking on the save. And I move the chain to the assess phase. Now it is not mandatory. Actually, that is wrong. Right? That is wrong. Now, if anybody go and delete it, and what is the purpose of making it mandatory? So these things we have to be do in our UI policy. And what it says, come here. Number one, it says that we have to make sure that our conditions should be accurate. Means definitely if I'm moving it to the new state and now the condition is not matching, it's not a new state, it is a state. So policy is running very fine. So in this case, we had to make it sure, making sure that it should be mandatory in all the phases. Now, if I click here, go back and new, now it's coming mandatory. It means my conditions are matching now. I'm happy. Now let's understand what this four portion says here. Very much important point here. Number 6, global. This says if a UI policy applied, if you tick as a global, it means if you go here and see the view, this particular field will be mandatory in all the views which is given by service now. That is the purpose of the global. Either you are in my student now or no, but I have a right to ask you a favor at any point of time now. That is called the global. If I untick and I put a view here, till the time you are my student, only the time I can ask you a favor. Post that you are my colleagues, not my student. That is the concept of the global here. So if you want to put something here, like I put ITL. What are the views here? Default view is there, right? Let's say this one, emergency. Now, if I save this, and reload this page, now it is not mandatory. Why? Because it is not a emergency view. Now, if I go here and change the view, it become mandatory for me. This is what you can do by using the view. Okay, that is the purpose of this particular part. So generally we make it as a global always. We'll not make a view specific. Now on load. When you want to run this UI policy, every time when the form get loaded and the condition get matched, then that time we go for this on load. You can take untick and you can see the difference here. The third one is the reverse. If I untick this and show you the purpose here. Now let me reload my page. Okay, now let me put new to assess. Okay, let me put this thing and save. Oh, sorry, I'm not able to go back now. Okay, what it do specifically, I need to get a policy in the incident table otherwise. What this do, it says if condition did not match, then what to do? Right? Then what to do? Let's say if I move my change from assess to new. Now I want to bring my change from assess from new to assess. Now I want to bring my change from assess to new back. Then it should not become mandatory or mandatory. That depends on the reverse if false. To do this part, what you can do today, create a UI policy on the incident table. But everybody make sure that they are not using the same field. Otherwise, it create a problem for everybody. Okay, use the different fields, or better, create a custom field on the incident table by your name and do your R&D on the top of that. Okay, so generally we make it as a reverse if false as a true. And the last, that is called the inherit. We have this table, chain table, and this table has been created on the basis of the task table. If in the task table there is a policy, UI policy on the field description, then do you want the same policy here as well? If you take yes, then you are inheriting all the things. If no, then no. So this is the basically depend on the developer or the architect that do the thing that previous one or the parent policy do you want to be used. If used, then tick inherit true. Otherwise, tick inherit false. This is what we have in our.
Can you repeat inherit one?
Okay, so like
please.
Someone insulting my parents.
Yeah.
Okay, or maybe someone insulting to their eldest one. Did younger should feel that shame that feel or not? Feel that shame or not? This is the inherit. If you tick, it means they also facing the shame. If you untick, they're not in favor to taking that shame. That is called the inherit. So it means when you know that this table is when you know this table has been created from the task table or any of the parent table, and on the parent table, if any UI policy has been created on the field called description, do you want to inherit those properties as well? Then tick true if you want. If no, then untick. Generally, it is the untick for us so that I can create my own UI policies as per my own requirement.
But if it is tick, then you mean that if we
Yes.
create another table from change request in this example, right?
No.
If you make a child table from change request, then
yes.
It will inherit.
Yes. So if you create any new table on the basis of the child table, on the basis of the incident table, and creating a UI policy on the description field, then you don't need to be create because you're inheriting the property as well. So it is in the simple meaning, if I say when you are getting elder, you say no, I don't want any support from my parents. I can do the things from my side. You're not inheriting their properties. You're not inheriting their bank balance. But if you tick, it means you are inheriting their bank balance, you are inheriting their properties in your name. Okay, this is what inherit do basically. It means any operation, any UI policy which is already available on this field in the parent table, do you want to use that here as well or not? If you say yes, then you don't need to be write anything new. If you say no, it means you can write your own way of actions. Let's say example on the task table, this field is only read only. If you true it, then here also become a read only. But you want it is mandatory, not a read only. Then better not untick, so that you can do UI action as per your requirement. Clear, Khushbu?
Yes.
Gloria, Saba, Ugo, Akanksha. Clear everybody, guys? It is
Yes,
easy.
right.
Very easy. It is easy.
Yes, sir.
Right? Now, one more thing. That is called the script. This part. Sometime what happened that in a UI policy, I want to run a UI policy which is not possible with the conditions here. Action I can do only these things. That's fine. But I want to run some kind of scripts as well. Some kind of a condition which is not possible via this condition builder. Then I use the scripts here. Generally, we avoid any kind of a script on the UI policy because ServiceNow said try to achieve as much as you want to achieve via out of the box. If run script is selected, a specific script executed when the UI policy condition true. It means when this condition is true and you want that this also become mandatory and some other part. So let's say now let me remove this. Okay. Now let's do one thing. Let's remove this. Okay, removed now. Good. Now go to scripting part here. I can do the same thing. Make it field mandatory, read only via scripts as well. Via script as well I can do, but we generally avoid it. Number one, what it's saying, run script on the UI type, on the desktop, on the mobile, on the portal, or everybody, everywhere. Either I use this change request form on the mobile application or desktop. I won't put everything yes. It says if condition true, I want to do this part. If condition fail, I want to do this part. What I want to do? Let's say some example here. So same thing they're saying, which we discussed just now. Okay, this one there we're talking. Condition, function, on condition. So this is inbuilt function given by ServiceNow on condition. We have to be just write our code here. Or let's say if I put gs dot, sorry, not gs. Let's put some add info message alert kind of things. Testing here, this one, alert. Alert. Welcome. And save. I said if condition true, then show a message. Welcome. If condition false, show a message. Alert. And now save it. Let me save this. Okay. Now let's come here and create a new change request. Oh. It is very easy. See, it's showing welcome. This is what we got when we save any incident, when we update any incident, when we're doing wrong. This is the alert box. Why it's showing welcome? Why? Because I say if the state is new, then run this script. It's showing welcome here. Okay, I click OK. Now let me change the state to the assess. I'm getting yo. Atul, that's fine. That is simple one. But can I make this field mandatory in the UI, in the scripting part? Yes, you can make this field mandatory. You can make this field mandatory. How you can do? Let me pick up some example here. Like this way. We have to use this function like this. What you want to make it mandatory? Or let's say easy one, I pick up it. Function on load gs.g underscore form. So go here g underscore form dot. What is g underscore form? Remember the server side, sorry, client side classes. G underscore form. What I want to do? Mandatory. Which field you want to mandatory? Description field I want to make mandatory. And let's save it. Now reload this page. Welcome. That's fine. Okay. Oops. My description did not become mandatory. His spelling is correct for me or not? Set mandatory description. What do you think, guys? Everything is fine or anything I'm doing wrong here? Load this. Welcome. Again, it's not becoming description. Why? Message is showing correctly. It means there is something wrong with this particular code. Let's see in our logic what we have done wrong here. Come on, set mandatory, and we have to put the parameter true. This is what we are missing, guys. I'm saying making it as this. What field you want to be used? I want to use the description. What you want to do? Make it as a true. Remember this thing. What we do here in the UI action? Field name, making mandatory true. Now it will work for us. Okay, and now it become mandatory. Now don't put a question, Atul, the same thing we can do from the UI action as well. Yes, you can do, my dear friends. Definitely you can do. But this is the way. Sometime if we are want to make something more, like this example, if I pick up this example for you, what they're doing here. This one. Let copy paste and then I'll explain you. Let me go here and this part. Okay. What they're saying, they're showing show a message called the alert start of script. That's fine. It's taking a variable short description before and get the value of the short description. Get value is means I'm getting the value of the short description. This one in a variable called this one, and I'm showing a message like this. Now you cannot show the message in these areas easily without any scripting part that we saw, right? We can make it true, false, that's fine. But you cannot show the message like this. Now what this says g_form.setValue, change the value of the short description which you have to the alerting issue. And now again the get value. Let me show you what it's doing actually. Reload. What happened? There is something wrong, yeah? Okay, it's be there. Start of change script. It is here now. I'm at this place. What's he saying? Get the value of the short description and display. I said, okay. It's done everything automatically. Let me reload it. Wait. That will do easily. Don't worry. Click on the new. Normal change. The first line has been executed. Okay. The short description beforehand is because it is blank, so it is showing as a blank to me. Okay. Now it's saying let update the short description alerting issue. Okay. And it has been added here. How it can be added? By this line it has been added here. So by this way, you can do the scripting in the UI policies. And here the main thing is that you have to know that which is the g_form. It work here. g_user. It work here because it is a client side script. Remember the client side glide classes. g_form, g_user you can use here. Clear everybody till this point? Any doubt, any question? Anybody, any Akanksha, Khushbu, Gloria, Priya, Saba, Hugo? Who dropped off? Yes, Saba, go ahead, please.
I want to do this for you.
Oh, okay. Khushbu, Priya, clear almost. Akanksha?
It is a little confusing right now.
Why confusing? Tell me.
Yeah, I mean because of the coding. I don't know how to code.
It is easy. It is easy. Remember one thing. You want to do any action on this place. Number one, UI policy work on the form level. It means you cannot do the UI policy on the table level. Now, if you want to do any action on the form level, you have two options. Either you can use Normal, simple here. Put conditions, make it this, and put
This
it.
I can do.
This I can do. I'm very same pinch with you.
Yeah.
I also afraid from the coding part. Okay. Now, if you want to do scripting here, which you cannot achieve the alerts via this
Yeah.
UI actions, right?
Mhm.
Then we have to do these things. Alert is the way to show the message. Now, if I say here G dot add info message. These are the things I told you in the last class, Thursday, Friday. You have to read these things. Now this is the homework for you. Create one field on, or you already have your tables in my instance. Create 2 or 3 fields, put the UI policy and follow these things. G and see what it is be appearing. Disable attachment. I don't want to show any attachment here. Let's try. Now you're able to see this option, right? Let's try it will work for us or not. Okay, okay, okay. Now see. It's done. You also do this thing part very easily from the UI action as well. Attachment. But you think that no, I love coding. Let's not in the U advanced. Let's go in the. Okay, sorry, we're in this part, right? Okay, so these things. So you can do these things in the easily. Nothing to be worried. Just read about the functions. You will get the things done easily.
And also, how many? What are the languages that we need to know?
JavaScript.
Even the
JavaScript.
just JavaScript.
Mainly JavaScript.
Okay.
There is one more language that is called the Jelly, but that is mainly used for the UI pages and UI macros that we're not going to discuss. And Jelly is
This is
mainly
for whole service now, or just the UI policy part?
whole service, not JavaScript.
Okay.
Okay. Now let me come to the second part of today's topic. That is called the client scripts. Okay. Let me give the example. If I make a change on this, what I can show you something here. Okay, let's take incident table now. Easy है समझने के लिए. Now, if you see here, if I put this thing, okay, let's say example this. If I put this, this value is getting changed. Okay. If I make some changes here, then something happened on this particular field. How these things work in service now. Again, on the form level, I'm saying. I'm not saying anything on the other side. I'm still on the form level. So there's a concept called the client side script. Client side script says that if you want to do a action on the 4 trigger points. Number 1, if you want to make field mandatory when loading the form, you can do via client script. If you say that as soon as someone write here, I want this field mandatory, you can do it in the client script. If on load on cell, on delete or not on delete, on load on cell, Okay, I'll come that part directly. I forgot the fourth function of this part. So let's go here. Client script. Like in the UI policy, you can do the 3 actions: mandatory, read only, or visible. In the client side script, we have a 4 functions. We can use the 4 functions here. Okay, or we can say the types. 4 type of client script we have. Let's say I want to make it as a LNG make mandatory. Let's say make description mandatory. Let's say make description. Okay. I want to run a table. Come on, okay, yes. Incident. Done here. Where you want to run, I put all. Okay. It is pure scripting, guys. There's nothing called the drag and drop. No drop down, nothing. It is pure code you have to be write, pure. So get ready for the head snatching now. It says 4 things: on cell edit, on change, on load, on submit. If we want to execute any operation at the form level, then you can use the client side script. Okay, in the client side, you can do more, which you're not able to do in the UI policy. I fill a form for the train booking. I got a message. Thank you for connecting us. Your ticket has been booked. That is on submit. Nowadays, if you notice, if you open any website, a pop-up window has been come. Please give a consent for the cookies. Unless either you say accept or decline, you're not able to scroll that particular page. That is on load. When you click on the accept cookies, you get a message. We are not storing these cookies in your local system. And what is on cell edit, we will discuss it, but with the example. Let's say, first of all, we'll say on load. Okay, when you click on the on load function, which has been created by ServiceNow, come here, automatically come here. This is the default one, or not default one. This is the given by ServiceNow out of the box. And again, as I am on the client side, it means I can use g_form. Let me show you the normal messages. Add info message. Welcome in LNG world. Okay, simple. It is a complete script. Nothing like true and false. No. Here you can put your if loop, your while loop, your for loop, which you want, you can do it. But for our understanding, I'm going in a very basic part. You can put the description here if you want, and let me click on the save here. Okay. Now let's come back to the incident table and reload. Welcome in LNG. This is coming why? Because my client script run. Now you will say, Atul, how you know that your client script run? Better do one thing. Scroll down, click on this responsive one and check your client script is there or not. Mine is not there, kya? This one. What was our this one name? LNG make description. Do we have this thing LNG make description? This client script initial on change. No, it is not showing here. Set caller field offer. Maybe it's not there. We need to be C. But we are able to see the output here that it is working for us. Welcome in LNG. Why? Because it is on the own load. It is on the own load. So the same thing which we done on the UI policy, the same code you can run here as well, guys. But the only thing is that on which particular type you want to be run, you can use it here. On load, on what I can say. Okay. This thing. Now, second part. On type, let's create one more client script. I don't want to go in more in the coding part, otherwise you guys get confused. I want to go for the basic understanding here. Let's create one more here. And now we will create on the LNG test table incident. Table incident. And now I want to do on the on submit. Means when I click on the submit button, what you want to do? I want to show a message. Now you can see the function has been changed. I want G underscore form dot add info message. Thanks for saving the record. Click on the save here. And now let's reload this page. This is what we have done on load. Let me say caller LNG and this, and now I click on the submit. Oops, we didn't get the message. That's bad. Let's try again. Did we save it or not? Yes, we save it. Why this is showing us a view alert intelligence? We click on the save here. Okay, thanks for saving the record. It came if you see. Why it's showing advanced always, yeah. Now if I click on the save, you are able to see, right? Because it is on submit, so it come and it go. You're not able to see it immediately. So instead of that, what you can do, you can use the if you want, you can put instead of the add info message, you can use add error message so that you can see your code is working or not. No kind of things. And save it so that you can notice it that your script is working fine or not. Now let me reload it and click on the save here. Now you can see because it's on submit, it is not aborting any action, so it show like this, but it is not stopping you because there is a no action you have mentioned that this field is mandatory or not, so it's not stopping to anything here. And this is called the on submit part. Clear till this point, guys? Everybody? Any doubt, any question? Nothing to be worried. These are the basics one. And this much you will learn when you do the practice. Any doubt, guys? Okay. Now the third policy. We're done on submit. We're done on load. Now we will do the git test again. Same incident table. And now we will do on the on change. What I'm saying, on change means if I change this field, then what you want to do. This is not easily achievable in the UI policy. And that is when we are using the client scripts. I want which field you want to change. I want to change a field called the category. When someone changing the category from inquiry help to software, what you want to do? I want to show a message g_form dot info message. Yes, it is. What it's saying, mix spaces. Let's say save it. Still giving me an error or not? Mix spaces and tabs. Let me try to run this code on change. Let's see, it is showing yes, it is allowed. But Atul, that's wrong. Because it should work when I'm changing the category. And it is showing me the message before changing the category. Right? Let me put as a caller. Let's put caller. Save. Let me reload this. Okay, it is still showing. Yes, it is allowed. Why I'm reloading it? Let me create a new one. Then I can check it easily. And click on the new. It is still showing. That's wrong for us. Now it should show me. If I'm changing it, then it should show me. Right? Now let's see why it's not working for us. Let me come here. This is one of the biggest function in the client scripts, which has the 5 parameters: control, old value, new value, is loading, is a template. We have to do basically these 2 parts. Nothing much. Now what is doing? It is running this code by default. It is not changing that what was the previous value and what is the new value. Is both are the same or not? So let me come here and show you the example of this. Again, my hands are very tight in this UI in the client side scripts. On change. And now come here. Okay, they have examples later on. Let me open the examples directly. Let me go here and test script examples. Okay, here on change. This is on load and this is on change. This code is missing in our bucket actually. We need to tell to my system that what value getting change when I run this code, and how my system will know. I have to define it. Okay, give me a minute, guys. Okay, so I have to tell to my system that what is changing in the background so that it should know, it can understand that what action I have to do. So what it's saying, if I go the code here, again, it is a code, you will get confused. It's saying if the new value is a network, then put urgency as a 1. If the new value is a database, put the urgency as a 2. And what is this new value? This new value is basically, I'm talking about the category. This one. That if in the category it is a network, then do this thing. If it is a database, do this thing. And if it is nothing, then do this thing. Or if I say let it put this code like this. Case and scroll down and this one. I'm telling you, if you're still not able to write, no worries. Just copy paste the code from internet, copy paste the code and try to understand that what it's doing. And now click on the save here. Or if you want, you can put a message as well here under this. This is the extra break. G_form dot info message is 1. Then G_form dot get message is 2, like this. And now save it and now run this, reload it again. Okay, this is the default one which is running. Now let me change it to the network. I'm getting the message urgency become 1. I'm getting the message urgency become 2. Right? So this is called the own change. Again, this is not achievable via UI policy easily, which you can do it via this part. Don't worry about the coding part, guys. You understand the fundamentals here. That is important for us. Because being a consultant, I need to work on the fundamentals instead of writing the code. And the last part, which is come here. Let me show the example. Now, if you want to make any changes in the list view, this is called the on cell edit. It is not on change your client policy. It is a on cell edit. This is a difference between on change and the on cell edit. Don't be confused. And this question has been asked widely in the interview. Then what is the difference between on change and the on cell? And how this can be done? Let's go here. Create a new client script. It's called this here LNG test list. Again, I want to be run on the incident table. That's fine. Okay. On cell edit. And which field you want to make it? I want to make it on the category. Because cell edit means you want to see that which one I want to make a change. The same as the on change. Here, the code is little different. Because you are not doing on the form view, you are doing on the list view. Remember, you're not doing on the form view, you're doing on the list view. So let's come here and pick up some easy code from this part. On submit, and it is on select, it is not here, this one. What it's saying? It's saying if my conditions are matching, then make it save and close. Like if I go here and see something here. Hello. I click on this. It is making the change for me. But if I'm putting something in the color, in the category, and I know that user should not allow to make a change from this particular part, then I can use the message here. Let me show you like this. Let's copy this part. Only this much code is required. Not much. What it's doing? Yeah. Okay. What it's saying? It's saying if the new value is equal to 1, on which field they'll be putting the new value? They're putting the new value on the impact. So let me change the category to the impact. It says if you are making the impact high, then you cannot make it as an impact high. So I'm putting a save and close as a false here. That boss, I will not save it. Now, if I show you here and just reload this page again, so that now if I'm making a impact is equal to 1 and true, I get a message like this. You're not allowed to make the impact high via the list view. You can do it via form view, but not at least on the list view. Okay, this is what we have a on cell edit here. It is all about your understanding. Basic things you have to understand, like this function parameters. If I remove this and save, and now if I try it, let me reload it. But still it make it as a 1. Why? Because I mark this save and close as a true. It means once the message has been gone, you can still go and make it as a, you can save it easily. Clear everybody till this point? Any doubt, any question, any clarification, guys? Priya, Khushbu, Akanksha, Saba, Gloria. All clear, all fine, guys?
Fine.
It is not tough. It is just required a basic understanding. Nothing much. But you have to do the practice. That is must. If you not do the practice today, you're gone tomorrow. You're not able to understand it tomorrow. So the thing which I told, at least do that much only. That is also more than sufficient for us at point of time. Okay. Now let me take a question from the previous assignment. Yes, Khushbu, you had some question yesterday.
Yes. Let me. So I was changing the when we create a new user and we ask for reset. Reset of the password, the message that comes. So I have to actually log in first.
Please log in. Let me take a quick attendance in the meantime.
Okay.
Here, Dipsy is absent, EP is absent, Khushbu is there, Kumar absent, MJ absent. Come on, a lot of people. How there be can absent today? Yeah, Saba. Ugo was there. She dropped off. That's fine. For me, it's no problem. That's there. Yes, Khushbu, tell me.
So in password policies.
Can you share your screen?
Yes. Can you see?
Yes, it's loading for me.
Yeah, so I actually created this new password policy.
Okay.
But it's still showing the default one. So how to select this one so that it shows? Yes,
To know
it's
about the
still,
password.
yeah, this
Actually,
is, sorry?
Okay. Custom year one. Click on this custom one, which is yours, which you created.
Yes.
To know about the password policy, click here. Just click on the click here in the another window.
This one?
Another window.
Okay.
Okay. Versions. If glide this. Where is the password only require policy to determine whether password must be. Scroll down a little bit more. Now you want to change it to the yours one, right?
Yeah.
Custom to default one. Is there any property? I doubt. Did you try something at your side in the Google search? Or
Yeah.
click on this, enable the password policy on your instance. The last next. Go to same page.
So here?
No. Down right side. Right side in the bottom of the page. Next topic it's showing, right? Next is that side. Next topic, Khushbu.
Next,
yes.
okay, yeah, sorry.
Now read about this. See, it's saying by default it is be default strong. If you want to add a new criteria, you can perform the following actions. You have to be installation exists on your password is set. So there is a property password create store property. You have to make the changes on that part and then you can do it. So read this article, you will get the answers easily. You can do, that's not an issue.
I did this. It is not changing for me.
I'm surprised it should.
Yeah. I'll try again.
If this is the case, now try with the elevated rule as well once. Maybe
Okay.
the elevated rule is required to do this part. It's a security level changes.
Yes,
right?
yeah, I know. Yeah, okay.
Try
And,
this.
okay. And also, if I want to reset my, let's say, my password, then also it's not asking for those, no,
No, it will.
ask
It
for
will see.
questions.
It will not. It will not. It will not ask because till now you're
Okay.
on the back side only. You did not enable your one, right?
What does that mean?
So you're even though if you want to make a change in your password, okay, then it should ask you. It should follow your policies only when you have enabled that. As of now, you did not enable that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But still, if I want to let it be the default one. But
Hmm.
if I want to, let's say, reset my password, it's not letting me do it.
No service dex process found.
Yeah. So this. I cannot select anything here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Service
And
process found. Some weird error. Try
yeah.
try it from the logout and then do it.
Yes. Same.
It
From
means
the instance also, from the main page also both.
no service desk process found for the user selected. I need to be see that what is the operational background of this particular text. Do one thing. I'll give one shortcut. Even though I'm not 100% sure, copy this error message. Okay. And put into the Google and say ServiceNow community. Let's see what people answer here. Paste it. ServiceNow community. This is a way that you can find out the answers as well. And the same question you can ask, not able to reset my password policy, not able to make my, now see, people are answering this part. 2018, someone asked this question.
Yeah.
Here you can make a see password reset, apply to
Yes. Yeah.
users and all password reset. So check this part and you will able to find out some answers here.
Okay. I'll try this. Yeah.
Okay. So again, I'm not feeling shame here that I don't have the correct answers, but I can give you the path that how you can do that part.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Okay. So both things you can try with the one is a document and one with this particular stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try and let you know. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Yep, sure. Okay, guys. So if no other question, let's connect again tomorrow on the same time. Have a nice day. Have a nice week ahead. Take care and bye bye. Let me
Bye.
stop the recording. Yeah.